Welcome to Grand Prix, your go-to channel for the fastest updates in Formula One. We've got 3 hot stories for you, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead of the pack. Let's get started.
Hey friends, how's it going? Let's talk about one of the biggest questions in Formula One right now. Who will be driving for Red Bull and Racing Bulls next season? As of today, nothing is officially set in stone, but according to team advisor Helmut Marko, we won't have to wait much longer. The final decision on the lineups will be announced right after the Mexican Grand Prix. So, what do we already know? First of all, Max Verstappen isn't going anywhere. Despite all the rumors that he could walk away earlier, the Dutchman's contract runs until the end of 2028, which makes him the only 100% confirmed name at Red Bull for next year. The real uncertainty lies in who will partner him in the main team and who will fill the 2 seats at Racing Bulls, Red Bull's sister outfit. Starting with the safest bet, Isack Hadjar. The Frenchman already has a contract guaranteed for 2026, but it hasn't yet been defined whether he'll stay with Racing Bulls or be promoted to the senior team alongside Verstappen. Hadjar's stock has risen dramatically this season, especially after scoring a podium in Zandvoort, which showed he can deliver under pressure. Then we have the 2 names currently on the bubble, Yuki Tsunoda and Liam Lawson. Both drivers are fighting to remain inside the Red Bull system, and their future will be decided after the Mexico GP. Tsunoda has been with the program for years, and while his aggressive driving style has always been exciting, he hasn't delivered consistent results. Marko himself admitted that Yuki has improved since Laurent Mekies took over at Racing Bulls, but he still needs to prove more if he wants to secure another year. Lawson, on the other hand, has shown flashes of brilliance whenever he's had a chance, making him a strong candidate to stay within the fold. And then there's the new blood, Arvid Lindblad. The 18-year-old Formula 2 talent is part of the Red Bull Junior Academy, and Marko has already gone on record saying that Lindblad is, quote, ready for Formula 1 despite his age. Rumor has it he'll even get a test in an F1 car later this year. That makes him a very realistic option for Racing Bulls in 2026. Meanwhile, speculation linking Red Bull to former McLaren junior Alex Dunn has been shut down. Marko confirmed that Dunn is not on the shortlist, not even as a potential reserve driver, so you can cross that name off the board. Putting the pieces together, here's the most likely scenario right now. Hadjar gets promoted to Red Bull alongside Verstappen, while Tsunoda loses his seat, and Racing Bulls lines up with Liam Lawson and Arvid Lindblad. It's a mix of experience, youth, and fresh energy, which is exactly how Red Bull likes to balance their 2 teams. But, as always in Formula One, nothing is final until it's official. Contracts, politics, and last-minute performances can change everything overnight. Just remember, the official announcement is expected right after the Mexican Grand Prix, so all eyes will be on Red Bull in the coming weeks. Now, I want to hear from you. If you were in Helmut Marko's shoes, what pairings would you choose? Who deserves that second Red Bull seat next to Verstappen? And which 2 drivers should line up for Racing Bulls? Drop your lineups in the comments. This is going to be one of the hottest debates of the season.
Hey friends, how's it going? Ferrari just lived through a weekend to forget at the Singapore Grand Prix as the team faced a major braking issue that completely compromised the performance of their cars. These failures had already appeared in earlier races this season, but in Singapore, the situation escalated dramatically. During Friday practice, engineers detected a technical imbalance in the system. The right and left rear brakes were running at different temperatures. And that type of issue is especially critical in Singapore, one of the most demanding tracks on brakes in all of Formula One, with its slow corners, stop-and-go nature, and very few straights to cool the components. By just the 8th lap, Charles Leclerc was already forced to manage the defect, lifting off the throttle at the end of straights to ease the strain and reduce heat. But soon, the issue spread to the front axle, making the situation even worse. The race quickly turned into a test of survival, with Leclerc crossing the line only in 6th place, a massive 45 seconds behind race winner George Russell. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton also battled overheating problems and finished in 7th place, before later dropping to 8th due to a penalty, ironically also linked to braking struggles. The detail that drew the most criticism came before the race even started. Ferrari decided not to increase brake ventilation, even though they were fully aware of the risks. That choice was made to preserve efficiency and straight-line speed, but it backfired badly, as the brakes simply couldn't withstand the extreme demands of Marina Bay. What stings even more is that Ferrari's engineers knew this problem existed. Overheating had already been flagged in earlier races, yet the team judged it not critical and brought no updates or reinforcements to Singapore. That risky bet turned into a disaster, with fans and analysts alike questioning why such a critical area of performance was neglected for so long. The outcome? Ferrari remains winless in the 2025 season, stuck in third place in the Constructors' Championship with just 6 races left. Once again, a questionable technical decision transformed what could have been a solid result into another painful red nightmare. So here's my question to you. What do you make of Ferrari's recent decisions? Do you think there's a specific weak link inside the team, whether in management, technical leadership, or strategy, that needs to be changed before they can finally get back on the path to winning again? Or is this just part of the chaos that comes with competing at the very top? Drop your thoughts below, because one thing is certain: Ferrari can't afford many more weekends like Singapore.
Hey friends, how's it going? Big news today, as both Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen have been officially confirmed to sit out part of the Mexican Grand Prix weekend. Stick around because we'll break down all the details for you right here on GP at Home. The Red Bull camp announced that Arvid Lindblad will drive Verstappen'S car in Free Practice 1, FP1 in Mexico City. Lindblad, just 17 years old, is one of the brightest prospects in the Red Bull Junior team. This will be his second official Formula One weekend appearance after he drove Yuki Tsunoda's car during FP1 at the British Grand Prix. That outing impressed many in the paddock, and now he gets another chance, this time in Verstappen'S RB. Lindblad has been part of the Red Bull Academy since 2021 and is seen as a key figure for the team's future plans. With Racing Bulls under constant evaluation and seats still undecided for 2026, every lap he completes in these practice sessions is not just about mileage, but also a direct audition for a full-time seat. The belief in Milton Keynes is that Lindblad could be fast-tracked into F1 sooner than expected if he proves capable of handling the pressure. Meanwhile, over at Ferrari, the team confirmed that Antonio Fuoco will step into Lewis Hamilton's car for FP1. For Fuoco, this is a long-awaited opportunity. At 29 years old, he's deeply connected to Ferrari's racing program. He first tested a Ferrari F1 car back in 2015 during a private session in Austria, and later returned for postseason tests in Abu Dhabi in 2021 and 2024. Fuoco is no rookie to motorsport. He's currently a factory driver for Ferrari in the World Endurance Championship, and his biggest achievement came in 2024 when he won the 24 Hours of Le Mans with Ferrari's hypercar project. This makes him one of the most accomplished endurance racers on the grid today. The choice of Fuoco instead of a young rookie may seem surprising, but Ferrari explained that the move also satisfies the FIA requirement that every team must run a driver with no more than 2 F1 starts in 2 FP1 sessions per season. Unlike Lindblad, Fuoco isn't fighting for a full-time F1 seat. His career is firmly rooted in endurance racing. But for Ferrari, this is about honoring commitments, gathering technical feedback from an experienced driver, and also celebrating one of their successful endurance champions by putting him in the spotlight of a Grand Prix weekend. So this Friday's FP1 in Mexico will have some fresh faces behind the wheel, a rising star in Lindblad and a seasoned endurance champion in Fuoco. Fans will no doubt be curious to see how both handle the occasion. Lindblad's performance will be scrutinized closely. Red Bull wants to see if he can adapt quickly, handle traffic, and show the maturity required for Formula One. The bigger picture here is also worth noting. These rookie sessions aren't just about fulfilling a regulation. They're key opportunities for teams to evaluate young talent under real race weekend conditions. Verstappen and Hamilton missing out on FP1 might not affect them too much, but for Lindblad and Fuoco, this is a career milestone. So now I want to hear from you.
Do you think Arvid Lindblad has shown enough to deserve a future seat in Formula One? And what do you make of Ferrari's decision to put Antonio Fuoco in Hamilton's car? A smart move or a missed chance to test a younger rookie? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.